All right, and welcome to another episode of JD's Deep Cut Sunday Tracks. Again, where we're going to revisit and rediscover old bands, psychedelic, hard rock, progressive, mainly focusing on the late 60s, 70s, sometimes going into some 80s. Okay, our Sunday episodes again are focused on different type of genre than the Wednesdays. So hope you're enjoying all the midweek episodes. Showcasing the gothic rock, dark wave era of the early 80s. Okay, thank you for the likes and subscribes. Hopefully I'll be getting more there. Okay, all right, so today we have a special one, and I know I've said that before, but this is really a special one. I was hesitant to do one on this band. Again, it does fall into the 70s, progressive. Okay, just their line of work is just so broad, so big. The spectrum is just, very wide. But I picked my favorite era of the band. It's a progressive rock act, which delved into a little bit of a different rock in their later years. Okay, but what can be said about Rush? Okay, that has not been said. I'm sure a lot of you are fans of the band. This is one of my top bands. It's just hard to to talk about them without missing some key points. But I brought it down to a certain era of theirs, mainly their early style of albums. Okay, bear with me here. Okay, I went out on a limb here, okay, but I feel comfortable talking about them. Okay, so my favorite era of Rush was their early stuff. Okay, from 1974 to about 1982. That's just I love every album, every song. Not that I don't like their later stuff, but I think there's a couple albums I've heard one song, but I picked their early stuff. Okay. Just because I love the progressive rock, I love hard rock, and the early stuff was mainly focused on that. Okay, so A Farewell to Kings. This was Rush's fourth or fifth album, I believe. Okay, 1977. And this June will be 45 years since its release date. Okay, so 45 years ago. To me, their music is timeless. I have a few bands that I can say that for, but Rush's music, especially this album, is just timeless. Okay, song we're gonna focus on is Xanadu. Okay, Xanadu was their second song on side A, 11-minute opus. This song, I just can't even begin to describe it. It has everything, every element of progressive. Their lyrics, of course, are just amazing lyrics. Compliments of Neil Peart, Peart, however you want to pronounce it. I remember Peart. He wrote 95% of Rush's lyrics. Okay, just an amazing mind. Of course, an amazing drummer in his own league. Okay, you cannot compare him to anyone. I will not dare compare him to anybody because Neil Peart is in his zone. Okay, the stuff he did with that drum kit and all the percussion stuff he added. You know how you always see the credits, so and so plays this, so and so plays guitar, so and so plays drums. Well, when you see Neil Peart's credits on what he plays, drums, wind chimes, all these other little things, bells, even does some synth drums with steps and stuff. It's just amazing. I'm glad I got to see them. I saw Rush about 6 times in my lifetime. I'm just glad because it's an institution when you see them. It's you're there to see the band, no interruptions. It's like you don't want to miss any part of it because you'll miss a lot if you do. Okay, but yeah, Xanadu is a song. It takes you away. It has all those elements of progressive. The lyrics are just amazing, based on a poem from Samuel L. Coleridge. It's far away, you know, far away planet, stuff like that, science fiction. You know, it just takes you on a trip, you know. The beginning of that song is just amazing. The mid part, the drums are just out of this world. Um, Alex Lifeson's guitar playing, I don't know how they would do these arrangements they do, how they came up with them, you know. But yeah, Farewell to Kings. Check that album out. Check that song out, especially. You know, I was debating whether it be a Farewell to Kings or Xanadu, but I mean Xanadu. Again, I don't like to compare because they're just they're just amazing. And a lot of people will tell you 2112 best Rush album. I can't really pick. But if you gotta come down to it, I mean, I love Farewell to Kings. It's just from start to finish, amazing. Everything about it, you know. You got the cover, which is very interesting. This picture was taken in Toronto, I believe, in the 70s. Okay. This picture is amazing. This album was recorded in Wales, England. Terry Brown was a producer. Okay. Now Terry Brown worked with Rush for about 10 albums, 9 or 10 albums. I'm not sure why, you know, he stopped working with them. I've tried to read up on it, and you can't find anything. What I do know is after he left as producer, they changed. Okay, and you know, maybe they wanted to change. You know, like they say, bands evolve. They wanted to make a change. You know, they started going in the 80s, started falling in with all the new wave synth era. You know, their songs became almost new wave-ish, a lot of keyboard synthesizers, less guitar, very clean sounding, you know, radio staples. Again, not that it's not good, it's great, but just not my favorite era of Rush. Okay. Signals was probably my last album that I really loved. I did get into Power Windows a little bit, just because the theme going there with, you know, world peace and, you know, wars and stuff, you know, talking about the atomic bomb and all that. It was pretty good again, but it just fell right into that 80s you know, kind of new wave-ish sound, clean sound, a lot of synthesizers. And after that, it was just like a hit and miss, you know. Presto, Roll the Bones, Counterparts, I mean, great albums, just it wasn't that old Rush. And again, I understand bands have to change, bands evolve, all bands do it, you know. But I wish I was really into them like I was from, you know, 73 to 82. First time I heard Rush was on our local radio station, 101. Shout out to KGB there. I was about 6 or 7 years old, you know, heard Rush. Dad was into him a little bit, you know. Then I heard Tom Sawyer, all those songs, you know, that they're so catchy. But then, you know, got a little bit older and started getting into their albums, you know, really into it, delved deep in there. You start discovering stuff, you know, about bands and stuff. You know, my favorite drummer of all time is John Bonham, but I mean, Neil Peart, he's in his own. Just the stuff he does with the drumsticks is just amazing. May he rest in peace. He departed this world 2 years ago, sadly. Very unexpected, you know, very unexpected. When I heard the news, it was just, wow. I was just in awe, you know. You feel like you almost have a relationship with the artist you really love, you know. Like when Eddie Van Halen passed, like, wow, it's like, you know, part of your life kind of leaves as well. It's kind of odd, you know. Same thing with Neil. It's like, wow, I never thought he lived forever, you know. You know, being such a fan of the band, their music, it's like he left us. I heard they're trying to do a project, you know, Geddy and Alex. We'll see, but it'll be nothing. I don't think it'll be anything like when they were 3 that were together. But yeah, check out Xanadu. It's just an amazing song. It has all those elements of the progressive, time signatures, arrangements. It's just, like I said, it's just timeless. Rush's music is timeless. But yeah, Farewell to Kings. Caress of Steel is great too. I love that album. I really love that early stuff. It's just that progressive hard rock, but they were just on a different level. Okay. All right, so check out that album. Okay. I know I could keep talking forever here about the band. I just wanted to give you my perspective, because again, what has not been said about this band, but it's in the eye of the beholder. Check them out and make up your own analysis, because they are an institution band. All right. So I hope you've been liking the episodes. This one, special one, tribute to Neil. Okay, maybe rest in power. Okay, so a Farewell to Kings, 1977, Rush. All right, thank you for watching, and keep spinning that vinyl. By the way, this sounds just amazing. I'll see you on the next one.